Kia ora again, tamariki from Just Kids. I've got another story to read you today. It's called Arthur. Arthur, Amanda Graham and Donna Ginnell. Arthur was a very ordinary dog. He lived in Mrs. Humber's pet shop with many animals. But Arthur was the only dog. All the other dogs had been sold because dogs were very popular. All the dogs except Arthur. He was just an ordinary brown dog who dearly wanted a home and a pair of old slippers to chew. On Monday morning, Mrs. Humber put some rabbits in the window. By the end of the day, the window was empty, except for Arthur. Nobody wanted an ordinary brown dog. Everybody wanted rabbits. So that night, when all was quiet, Arthur practiced being a rabbit. Next morning, Mrs. Humber put some snakes in the window. By the end of the day, the window was empty, except for Arthur. Nobody wanted an ordinary brown dog, even one that acted like a rabbit. Everybody wanted snakes. That night, when all was quiet, Arthur practiced being a snake. He practiced hissing and slithering and sliding and looking cool. He practiced very hard until he was sure he could be a snake. Next morning, Mrs. Humber put some fish in the window. By the end of the day, the window was empty, except for Arthur. Nobody wanted an ordinary brown dog, even one who acted like a rabbit and a snake. Everybody wanted fish. So that night, when all was quiet, Arthur practiced being a fish. He practiced swimming and blowing bubbles and breathing underwater. He practiced very hard till he was sure he could be a fish. Next morning, Mrs. Humber put some cats in the window. By the end of the day, the window was empty, except Arthur. Nobody wanted an ordinary brown dog, even one who acted like a rabbit, a snake, and a fish. Everybody wanted cats. Arthur felt he would never find a home with a pair of old slippers to chew. Next morning, Mrs. Humber put the rest of the pets in the window. There was 2 hamsters, a cage with mice, 3 canaries, a blue budgerigar, a green frog, and a sleepy lizard, and Arthur. Arthur jumped on lily pads, squeaked, nibbled cheese, croaked, purred, even tried to fly. By the end of the day, the window was empty, except for Arthur. He was collapsed, exhausted, in the corner of the window. He was certain he would never find a home, even if he tried to be a rabbit, a snake, a fish, a cat, or a purple spotty 3-headed wombat. Arthur decided he might as well go back to being an ordinary brown dog. Late that afternoon, just before Mrs. Humber was to close the shop, a man came in with his granddaughter. "Excuse me," he said. "Melanie tells me that you have a rather extraordinary dog who performs all sorts of tricks. The only dog I have is Arthur." "There he is, Grandpa, in the window," said Melanie. She rushed to pick up Arthur, who gave her the biggest, wettest, doggiest lick ever. Arthur knew that he had finally found his home. with a pair of old slippers to chew. See you next time.